Hey guys, and welcome back to episode 4, part 4 of the Station Showcase Surgeguarde. This is the last little bit of intro. We will look at the Surgeguarde station. And I just want to show off some things before we get back into the interior. One, I want to show off these big red force fields that I have here. Right now, the interior, inside of the station, I have my inhibitors turned on. So my inhibitors are currently functioning and stopping enemy, or all vessels actually, from taking jumps into hyperspace whilst around this station. Now this is quite important, as recently we did experience a little bit of conflict with another member and another faction who are ranked pretty high up there when considered in military value against us. I do think we're a slight bit more powerful than them, and we did prove ourselves to be a little bit more capable of defending our sector. But what has happened from this is I am going to have to beef up some of my defenses. I'm going to have to get our Ministry of Science and Development, which is JRL and Tyzeek, to start building some of their defense platforms in and around this space, since although my station is pretty hefty and pretty good at defending itself, we can never have too many guns, so that'll be a plan. One thing I've noticed too is since the update, all of the wedges that I have wedging these little things have started pointing in the opposite direction to where they were before, so it's a pretty easy fix. I just have to slap the force field on the appropriate angle. But I'll be honest, I'm not entirely upset. It kind of looks a little bit more interesting, a little bit more hazardous, a little bit more unstable. I don't know. Leave your comments in the section below if you think that I should leave them. If you think I should switch it back to a nice clean stop sign, please let me know. I'll turn these off in a second, and you'll see what I'm talking about. In fact, I'll do that right now. Let's turn the HUD back on. So yeah, this is where are we at? In the top here. So if we go back into the control panel here and we hit this, deactivate the inhibitors, as you'll see that turns off the force fields. Oh, I think I just turned them back on by mistake, so let's turn that off again. Yeah, I turned it off. So we inactive, we turn off the inhibitors, and that turns off the force field, allows big ships to keep using the teleporter. And or rather the access gate. So yeah, that was in response to some conflict we had with another member on the server, Blitzwing, who decided he'd test out our defenses. Needless to say, I believe that means we're currently at war. Let's just have a quick check now. Relations. Yeah, now we're currently at war with Exiled. Now, Exiled are quite a powerful force on this server, although there are only 4 of them. Things are starting to heat up here on the StarMade.au server. Let's just have a quick look at the other people we're at war with. Enigma, no idea who they are, and honestly, I don't think they're much of a threat. The Gamers, that's my fault. I tried to take one of their ships so that there weren't any issues. Hang on, let me just read this message real quick. Problem with the Emerald Gate teleporting me into the gate, and that could be coordinates jumped to into the game. Pumped into the game at Emerald. I might need to fix Emerald Gate, it seems. I'll respond to that sorry soon, JRL. I'm in the middle of recording. So yeah, I'm at currently at war with the Gamers, but everyone else we're pretty neutral with. So obviously we're at war with the Pirates. We should be at war with the Scavengers, and I know that we occasionally offer peace, but every time I log in, I do declare war, because why? Scum, that's why. There we go. So now we're at war with the Scavengers, and the reason we're at war with the Scavengers is they like this sector. They want it back, and they're constantly sending people in to try and do so. Not a big deal anymore, but all these neighboring sectors here are in control by the Scavengers, all these green areas, or at least most of these green areas. So if we quickly just, by relation, click that button there. Okay, so all of the red that you can see in the center here, most of that red is the Scavengers. So yeah, this is what we got to do. We got to start clearing the scavs out of our space. All of the blue, that's who we're friendly with. And or is it the green who we're friendly with? I'm not entirely sure now. Oh yeah, sorry, the green is either our base or bases that we are friendly with. And all of the gray or blue is all who we are neutral with. So as you can see, I've just declared war on the Scavengers. Over here, I believe, are some of the other factions we're at war with. But they've got pretty hefty defenses, so we're not going to start attacking them anytime soon. But we will engage on site. So let's go back into this now. Yeah, but you can also see I've taken a little bit of damage over here in the corner. I'm not sure when this happened, but I did try and tidy it up. I took out all of the broken blocks, and I'm going to replace them with fresh ones. But yeah, I did take a bit of damage. Not sure how, I'm not sure when, I'm not pointing fingers, but I'm not happy about it. This station is too beautiful to get a nice scar on its face like that. But yeah, so let's actually continue on with the actual tour. I don't have a lot more to show you guys, and honestly, I am trying to just make some fill this out to about another 15 minutes so I can make an even part 4. Currently, I'm inside of a build block that I've just popped down in front of my Atrium, which we'll have a closer look at. But while we're on the outside, we'll look at some of the things on the outside that aren't necessarily accessible by the typical walkabout inside the station. So like in here, this is a shipyard that I'm going to build that specifically builds fighters or smaller vessels, obviously, because it's only a very small interior there. So yeah, you can take a look. So I've got my emblem on the side here. This is my Haven, this is the Surge emblem in all its glory. There's a few variants to that depending on what I feel like making it look like, but typically it looks like that. And yeah, you'll see this in a lot of my builds. And lovely turrets on the side here. And yeah, so I still like to see what you guys think I should put in here. If I don't get any good comments, I might just make it up on my own, but I don't know, I still gotta put something in that little room in there. If you have a closer look over here, you can see that this is a display module almost, or like a display thing of where the gate will send you. I got some exposed systems in there that I gotta cover up. But again, here's my symbol, slightly different here, but very, very similar to what it's supposed to be. I was gonna tell you, I told you guys I'd take you a closer look at some of these cool little skull slash helmet slash sculptures I've got over here. So this is sort of like a guy wearing a hood with a bit of a wicked maw happening there. Bit of a decoration. I wasn't sure what I was gonna put in there. It was either that or some antenna, and I think that looks a lot nicer. Yeah, so we got these battery things here. Honestly, they're nothing but the original, when I was originally building this, it wasn't going to have all of that. So I was going to put the majority of the shields and power in there. So I am going to need a few more little bits of decoration along here, maybe some more emblems along the side there. If you notice, I've changed the word here to say Atlas. Which I will mirror on the other side eventually, but maybe not, I don't know. Maybe I'll just have the one side say Atlas. Let's have a closer look at my guy, the guy with the hammer. I got a lovely, awesome hammer with the spiral pattern on the side and on the face of both sides of the hammer. His balled up fists here, all clenched up, ready to punch, with a little thumb inside there, and he's got like a bit of a double necktie under here, or I don't know, some kind of like ceremonial whatever. I don't know, it's just all decorative. You got these pauldrons, and you got his face here. I'm quite proud of how this turned out, I'll be completely honest. But yeah, it's I'm quite happy of how this has turned out so far. And as you can see, I got lots of point defense turrets all over the place, and lots of shredder turrets. I might slap down a few more shredder turrets. Those things they're there to shred up fighters and smaller vessels and do a reasonable amount of damage to bigger vessels. The big turrets here, I'm pretty happy with how they turned out. I don't really think I need any more of those, but I am tempted now that I've got the ability to do so to make a much bigger turret to slap onto the base down here as the really big point defense gun. I don't know. Right now I'm currently only 5 blocks away from the server limit of how long your station is allowed to be, so I don't actually have the ability to put a turret on right now, but in the final release of this station I probably will add that final turret in there somewhere. I will probably do a sweep through final once this is completely completed, final release video of this Surgeguarde station, and when that's the case I'll upload that. I probably only make that about 20 minutes or so, as I'd really like people to download it and explore it once it's completely done. So there's no more rooms I really have to show you guys internally. What we are going to do is we're going to go through and just show you guys a bit of the interior that isn't really accessible, like along here. All of the logic, there's a lot of logic involved, a lot of stuff I've got to do, a lot of stuff I've got to fill in, a lot of empty space, an absolute lot of empty space. So as you can imagine, this station could have a lot more shields, and I'm starting to think that I'm going to need it, because 20 million shields, although tempting to fire upon, has started actually to prove very tempting to be fired upon. And yeah, that's just not good at the moment, especially when I'm not completely done. I don't want to have to start constantly saving copies of this, though I shouldn't really need to. And I got a few more decorations to go inside before I actually start throwing down some more shields. But I think I'm going to have to focus myself on those shields, because honestly, combat recently, although I wasn't too terrified of Blitzwing's ship, I was a little bit concerned for the integrity of my station, as I really didn't want any scratches on it. And yeah, so I've not got a lot left to do, like I keep saying, but as you can see, there's a lot of interior here that could be filled with all sorts of junk. It's like shields or auxiliary power, or maybe some systems like I don't know whether you can do like ion effect on a station. That'd be really cool if you can. Maybe I should just fill it with a whole bunch more jump inhibitors, so my jump drive inhibition rather is just ridiculously more powerful than imaginable. Maybe just put a bunch more power inside of it. So yeah, I got a little bit more to do, as you can imagine. A lot of empty space in here. This is an empty space, of course. This is me inside of space that's not visible while I'm ghosting. But yeah, so I got not much left of the interior to show you but my atrium, and I think I might just end my video in the atrium, save the best for last as it is. So yeah, I want to just show you guys a few little things. So down here, I have a catwalk straight to the whatever ship you want to dock on the side here. Right now it's docked to my breaker. It's not a complete seal, as I didn't make a perfect USD. I made it a little bit bigger than necessary, as the next ship I'm planning on building is going to dock up quite nicely to that. And yeah, the next ship I'm building, I've already started doing some of the shell, and I spent a lot of time building a human-looking face for it, which I think looks pretty cool. It'll be quite exciting to see that when it's fully done. I might release a teaser for the face when I've got that looking exactly the way I want it to. But I only want to build really a shell right now. I'm going to actually have a collaboration with some of my other faction members who are much better at systems than I am. So that'll be a bit of an Atlas crew mission there, something that we'll all pretty much put effort into. Like I've got our Ministry of Science and Research, Tyzeek and Cuball, working on a new and improved Valkyr, which I'm really keen for them to finish, as it's starting to look amazing. And I'm keeping my input completely out of the picture here, so I want them to have entirely their work to what was my existing Valkyr, and it's starting to look pretty amazing. I'm expecting it to be quite a powerful build as well. Yeah, but without further delay, let's just jump out of the core in just a second and have a look at the interior of the... oh, hang on, what do we got here? Who's that? Looks like we had a bit of lag. Looks like I got a bit of lag. There we go. What the? That looks like JRL. Wave to JRL. He can't see us. Of course, he can't hear us either. So, hi JRL. If if you're watching this, I am watching you. Yep, that's the green turd. So yeah, let's well, that was a good distraction. Let's just jump out of this this block. So let's quickly delete this block. A bit of lag. I might need some gravity, because I don't think I'm in gravity. Let's grab a gravity block. Let's throw that down right there, because it's always a good idea to throw gravity near anywhere that you have a teleporter, because if you're teleporting straight to a gravity block, if you're teleporting straight from inside of a vessel or another entity, then you're not going to be in gravity when you land. So that is really important to remember. I'm getting a wee bit of lag. All right, let's get back into gravity. So here we are, guys. This is the Atrium, my beautiful, beautiful little paradise, my little slice of heaven within the Surgeguarde station. Let's turn off that HUD and get a good look at this thing. Here we are in this beautiful, beautiful waterfall, and the water that's now translucent and what's the word for that? Translucent? I'm not sure. Incorporeal. Let's call it that. A bit of D&D there for you. Incorporeal. It'd be cool if you could swim up it like you could in Minecraft. But yeah, so little bit not super exciting, guys, but it's a bit decorative in here. A little bit of a chill out, a little bit of an area you can come in here and relax, away from the stress of running an empire. You can come in here and just chill out with that. That is the beautiful, beautiful reminder of your home planet. That is my Atrium here. So you can climb up the trees, and by climbing up the trees, you can get up to the balcony, which isn't intentional. It just happens to be the case. But I guess that's one way. I mean, I'm not keeping people here prisoner, so I don't mind if you can climb out. And the only real way to get in is via teleportation anyway, or jumping off the balcony. So if you were silly enough to jump off the balcony, then you can always just climb back up and out again. So not necessary at all, but I do like to just, have a look at the beautiful, beautiful Atrium that we have here, which has a remarkable view outside of the station as well. So yeah, I really like this place. It's one of my favorite places in the station, if not my favorite place in the station. Probably closely followed by the Grand Hall that I've got, which you would have seen in episode 1. And out the window here, we can see one of my stations and one of my defense fleets out there, which I'm going to start bringing a lot more fleets to this sector, since it's attracting a bit of attention since I've been releasing these videos. And not necessarily the best kind of attention either. So if you're watching this video and you're thinking you're going to bring a bit of a challenge to Atlas Gate, to Atlas, the mining group, us, that is, my beautiful faction Atlas, I really hope that you consider otherwise, because one, I'm going to beef up defenses here, and I'd really like it if you don't destroy my things, and two, you hurt me, I'll hurt you. You know how it works, an eye for an eye and such. Anyway, this has been Surge with the last part of the Surgeguarde station showcase. And yeah, I hope you guys really enjoyed this. I really enjoy building it. I still enjoy building it as I still am building it. I got a lot more work to do, as you can imagine. A bit of lag. I'm trying to get into this build block. But yeah, I'm still putting a lot more effort into this thing, as you can see. I had a lot more work to do. But for the time being, this isn't my primary focus. I got a few other things I got to do, some maintenance on the gates. I got to get myself out there. I got to get a few more gates out and around the place. We got to start clearing out all that red, that disgusting scavenger red. And yes, so we've got a little bit more work to do, but yeah, I'll see you guys next time. If you liked the video, leave a like. If you disliked the video, leave a dislike. And yeah, subscribe if you haven't already. Leave in the comments below if you have any suggestions on content I should do, especially if it's regarding StarMade, because I love this game. But yeah, I'll see you guys next time. This has been Surge with the last of my station showcase for the Surgeguarde, and signing out.